everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Resting Dollface.
Hi, good morning.
Oh my goodness, it's so nice to chat with you and to start my day off like this is
Oh,
great.
same here. I got my coffee. How about you?
I just made mine. It's sitting right
Mm,
next to me. What a wild evening we have had, right?
yeah, yeah.
Actually, before we get into it, hello everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Just a couple of announcements. Right after this live stream, Royal Daily Tea Michelle is going to go live at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and she's going to have special guest Sue Smith. And then shortly after that, I know, exciting. And then shortly after that, I think 1 p.m. Pacific time, the Sigley twins are going to go live. So
Wow.
we have a day full of live streams, and I actually have something. Here we go. And everybody, I just want to show you this is Resting Dollface's YouTube page. I know you guys love her. I know you
Oh,
do. but
thank
um,
you.
but please subscribe to her on YouTube. She also has an X account and an Instagram, and we just have such a wild time. And Megan makes it interesting, right?
Oh, to say the least. Absolutely.
The first thing I want to talk about, I think, is the biggest one, and I don't want to like jump into rumors
Hmm.
without getting it confirmed.
Right.
But let me pull up that video because I want to believe she wouldn't do it, but then I know that she would.
Yeah. Let's just cover that elephant real quick.
Yeah, like I can't believe that she would do that. I can't, I don't want to believe it. Here we go. Let me Oops, sorry. Okay. Let's go here. Let's go here. There we go. I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe that she would drive by that tunnel.
And to be fair, I don't know for sure that it's that tunnel. So at the end of the day, the very least you could say is, wow, that's in poor taste. Because they had that near catastrophic car chase in New York City. They were trying to stay at the same hotel as Diana in New York City. And so I'm going to quote Jennifer Aniston here. She seems to be, you know, lacking a sensitivity chip, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Because no doubt she knew let's just say this is a completely different tunnel because, Paris is big. Um, she knew it would draw similarity. She knew it would get people talking. And I personally believe she's definitely, my opinion, everybody, in the desperation mode for attention to make something happen for her career, her lifestyle brand on her own.
Yeah, I want to believe that some people wouldn't stoop that low.
Yeah.
I just can't like I've said that she has used the paparazzi and the fear of Harry losing her
Hmm.
as a manipulation tool.
Hmm.
I just like I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. This is so cruel. And you're right, it doesn't necessarily have to be that tunnel.
Right.
Because a lot of people are saying that 100% it is that tunnel, but I don't know. I've never been to Paris. Like you said, there's tons of tunnels over there.
Hmm.
But the imagery, you're right. The absolute imagery that Harry and the so when she's posting this, it's daytime in California, right?
Hmm.
So it's not like it's nighttime here. He's probably looking to see what she's doing. He's probably worried. I mean, assuming that they are still in a assuming he still loves her, he's over there freaking out maybe.
Yeah. And, but like, and I'm going to say this because, there was other stuff that happened. And then, of course, this was like, the coup de grace that she did over the weekend. To Trying to think of the best way to say it. This is somebody who has been desperate, in my opinion, to get her PR to sell the world as she is somebody who is business savvy. She
Mhm.
international relations. She was the superstar of the royal family. She was doing the job better than the people who'd been there for years. Yet to have this naivete about her to say, "Oh, I didn't know people were going to do that. Oh, that's your unconscious." We know what she's going to try to say. At the end of the day, she's, in my opinion, a D-list celebrity desperate for any kind of attention. And it's just wrong. You can't plant a seed and then be like, "Oh, well, that was your mind that brought you there. I was clearly somewhere else." No, it's the same with her outfits being just like Diana's, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna say something. Speaking of outfits, just because you said this.
Okay.
So I don't know if you are of the philosophy, and
Is
let's
this
put
about wearing white after Labor Day?
yes! Oh,
Yes!
this is nice. There we go. Let me pause that because that had music and, so
And I
yeah.
love the lyrics that you put to that, which is, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen this video with the lyrics, go to Revealing's Instagram. Girl, you were all over this. And how quickly you do it, I don't know how you do it. You've got magic in your fingertips. But she's got George Michael's Freedom. So the
Uh-huh.
lyrics are, all we have to do now is take these lies and make them true somehow. And I was just like doing my 90s supermodel dance to it, going, "Yes, girl, yes, you nailed it."
And the reason I picked that song, if I or may it is that song that it's a runway. The
Mhm.
music video is a runway. So that's what got me to that song. And then I heard the words and I was like, this is perfection. It
That video launched those supermodel, like, we know about Cindy Crawford and them doing that catwalk thing, but that video launched the official, in my opinion, I think a lot of pop culture, the time of the supermodel. I mean, you had Christy Turlington, you had Cindy Crawford, you had Naomi Campbell, and I forgot the other one. She's so beautiful. She's got those steely blue eyes, and I'm forgetting her name. But yes, that was the time of fashion. So you nailed it here. She's treating this pap walk like her own runway, like she's doing some sort of show.
Yeah, honestly. So I was having a chat with a group of people, including Lulu's mom. Hi, Lulu's mom.
Hi.
And we were talking about the white after Labor Day thing. And like I generally follow that rule. However, a beautiful winter white is gorgeous. So most of the time I do follow that rule, but I just want to say I was really surprised that she showed up wearing white.
She showed up, and in certain pictures, I could be wrong. It looks like she's got a white cape over a cream suit. And that I was just like, no, 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 no. And then I'm sorry, my first thought was she really is stuck in the early to mid 2000s because she looks like she's dressed up, including with the hair pulled back, like Padme Amidala from Star Wars. Am I wrong? Am I showing my geekiness here? Because that's exactly what I get from that. You're not leading an empire.
Where did you post it? Because you posted that.
I think it's on my ex.
Okay, I'm gonna pull that picture that you posted because
Okay.
that's accurate. That
I
is
mean,
incredibly
the slicked
accurate.
back hair, the cape, the suit. I'm like, serious. Oh, and then somebody did it. They put, okay, you pull it up first. I obviously wasn't the only one who drew that conclusion because somebody put Darth Vader's march
I
to
haven't seen
her
that.
wearing that outfit. Yeah, like as she entered the show. And I was just like, yep.
You know, it was
Awkward.
seriously weird too.
Mm.
When she walked in, she kissed a guy on the cheek as she was walking in. And dude, I think that was just someone that was taking her to her seat. Like it
Are you
wasn't
serious? I don't think I
I'm
know that
pretty
clip.
sure because he escorted her like to the seat.
Oh, nailed it. Thank you.
Yep.
That's the picture, everyone. That's Natalie Portman Little Miss Dior herself, and we know how much you know who loves Dior, dressed as, I don't know if she was Emperor Amidala or Queen Amidala at the time, but Padme Amidala from Star Wars, I want to say episode 2. Yep, that's right. Got my facts. Tell me that does not look the same.
It does. It does. I also get I really think Megan has these ideas of uniforms. Like I think she has uniforms for different things she does. So there's a uniform for when she's working in Rwanda. There's a uniform for when she visits the UN. There's a uniform for a fashion show. And this outfit actually, it also reminded me a little bit of something the Kardashians would wear.
Really?
It did, like, I can the loose I don't know. I don't know why it just immediately is the music playing? No, someone's driving by with music.
You're like, no,
Oh,
no copyright.
someone is having a really good Sunday morning.
Yeah. Cheers to Sunday mornings.
Seriously. So, I don't know, that's the first impression I got that she's trying too hard. The other thing is, in the beginning, before we really got into the nitty-gritty of the clips, her clothes look ironed.
Right? I too was astonished. Either it was a lot of starching or, she waited till last second, made sure she had proper posture, didn't sit there like she's sitting on the ground in Africa again, because there's so many times where she shows up wrinkled and it's like, this isn't just a packing issue. It's the way she lounges around, right? The way she crosses and stuff like that. So there was obviously a lot of thought, effort into this execution, and she seemed to have had a full team on hand to ensure.
Yeah. What do you think about the brand is she representing, or she only attended this event, the Balenciaga one?
You know what? Knowing her and the way that she's worn designers before hoping to ink a deal, at least that's what's out in, public media. I could see her showing up in the event, in the outfit. So to say, look at all the attention, I broke the internet that day. Let's cut a deal. Let me be an ambassador. Dress me. Do this. Do that. So I can see her going that route.
What a brand to pick, though.
Yes. Tell us more about that.
I mean, I won't forget. I will never forget. I was visiting Europe for the first time. I was in Germany. I was in Munich when
Really?
the news popped up. Like, I mean, this is how much of an impact it had on me, because I knew that the Kardashians wore Balenciaga, and like, I'm not that big on designers stuff anyways. Like, there's a couple of bags I like, but or like I don't stray very far from, Louis Vuitton, like beyond Louis Vuitton. I don't really,
Right?
like that.
Oh my gosh. Look, Louis Vuitton, I wanted that Manhattan PM bag. That's the only person I ever wanted. Designer wise, I absolutely loved it. What's her name? Uma Thurman was the spokesmodel for the time. Everybody knew Louis Vuitton,
Can I tell you a secret?
Do you have that bag?
I have it and I bought it used.
I wanted to buy it used. I
I
didn't
bought
mind
it
that.
I bought it used, and it's like one of the best purchases I've made because it's
Oh,
already worn out, and I'm really weird about stuff. When I get something new that I really, really love, I don't wanna use it. I'll just leave it in
yes.
my closet. But
It's like,
now
save it.
yeah, but because this bag is used already, I
Uh-huh.
use it all the time, and it's I have the GM. I have the Manhattan, the bigger one, but they
Okay.
have the PM also, and it's
I
like
can't believe you knew that bag. Like, I thought this was something that I secretly put on my vision board back then, a la 2004, 2005. I didn't know anybody else would know that bag.
yeah, and, let's pull up a picture since we're
Oh,
talking
yes,
content.
please.
So here's already a used one, the GM. Let's see. And I actually recently bought it. So it is a very old bag, and right now this is the time to go buy those older bags
But
because
it's so, like, timeless. That's what I loved about that bag, was there was something about it that didn't look like it was gonna be out of style in 3 months.
yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful bag. Sorry I'm taking so long. It took time
No.
to like
I'm wow. We need to talk fashion more. I get my love of like certain things like you've seen me and you've heard me talk about old Hollywood and stuff like that. That came from my mom. Yes, that one.
Yeah. So this is the GM. This is the one I have. And then the PM looks very similar. It just doesn't have the strap going across.
Mm-hmm.
I have to tell you though, it's a heavy bag.
Really?
It is. It's very heavy.
Because they made it look like the way they carried it and they posed with it like it would be so lightweight. But then again, like when you think of the quality and all, yeah, the weight's going to be there. I should have thought about that.
I mean, maybe the G sorry, maybe the PM is less like more lightweight because it doesn't have where is it? Sorry. I'm doing multiple things at once. I was almost about to pull up the Padme picture again. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not able to get the PM up. But anyways,
Looks almost exactly the same.
yeah, it looks almost exactly the same. And the one I got is like worn, like it's not beige at all. It's like a dark brown. So it's old, but I
Mhm.
love it. It's classic. Yeah, and I feel like I don't know. I almost you're gonna laugh. I feel like such an environmentalist that I'm buying things secondhand. Like I'm not going and buying a new one. I'm buying one that's already used. It's already been out there, and it's old, like over 20 years old probably. So
No, look, environmentalist or wealth building or whatever. I mean, look, Warren Buffett, Dave Ramsey, all of them, they're out there and they're like, you buy things secondhand, be it car this or that. So dude, I admire that. Now I'm gonna go look for the bag because at the time when I was trying to find one used, it was still too brand new and hot. I kept getting like the worst ripoffs. And I was just like, they're like, you try to buy it online, it was like guaranteed. They had a certificate of authenticity. And everyone that came in was just like, no, it was obvious fake. This is something though that like I just believe like, look, buy what you like. If you can buy quality clothes, stuff that won't go out of style. And then I personally spend the money on like the accessories, the belt, the shawl, the whatever, the stuff that you can, update it with
mhm.
versus like, I mean, what I was saying too, trying to say my mom was the one who taught me about the fashion and, how the design houses, I want to say, that was something the way that they used to do their shows, the department stores and all, I think I'm saying the right thing, used to go to these shows and then they'd come back and make, weren't heavily inspired by big quote marks, those designer things. And they made it an affordable fashion for everybody, everyday wear. So we're talking like the 40s, 50s, 60s. And I've just been fascinated ever since. So, but seeing what she wore, I'm like, I would never wear that. I don't care if it's free. Like, she definitely looked like she was, fishing for a deal or hoping to remind somebody of something in order to get some sort of, brand promotion, influencer, ambassador thing. What are
Okay,
your thoughts?
I got the picture.
Oh, you do. There it is.
There it is. First I want to say thank you, Vicky, for being a member. I appreciate you so much. You guys are all so great. Sorry that I'm not like usually I'm really up on the chat and highlighting everybody, but today we just have so much to say. So much to
Yes.
say. So what do I think? You and I were texting back and forth about this yesterday, and
Mhm.
I think I don't think she. I mean, I don't know. I feel based on our conversation that most likely Marcus is the one pulling the strings and got her potentially invited,
Yes.
and she just showed up. Like I wouldn't be surprised if she crashed the party. And I don't think she knew that designer. And the reason I say that is the awkward kiss. And I made a video about that. So
Yes.
let me pull up that video. It has some audio because I made it a meme because I had to. I had to. I was like, this is too hilarious. Just such an awkward moment. I will make one of just the clip itself, the whole thing versus the funny moment.
Oh, yeah. Please do.
But here it is. Sorry.
That was so weird. I mean, I've seen Eskimo kisses go off more sophisticated than that. Like, what is, hey, like, are we gonna kiss? We're gonna do cheeks. I've got a secret to whisper in your ear. Am I sniffing you? What's going on here?
Oh my gosh. So awkward.
It just, oh god, like I don't know. It just it looked like, somebody who was they looked like this was the first time they were ever meeting.
That's what I think too. And, a lot of the press is saying, "Oh, she was there to support her friend." I don't think they knew each other. And Elizabeth is saying that he was the creative director for Valentino, and a couple of the because I was looking this up yesterday, a couple of the dresses she's worn that were Valentino, she wore at the time where this gentleman, I don't remember his name, was the creative director. Then,
Mhm,
so that red dress in Morocco, the one where she wanted to walk on the red carpet and she
mhm.
was gracefully told no,
Yeah.
that dress was a Valentino. And
Gotcha.
yeah, but
So, but we've known from her Instagram posts in the past, or like even on some of the, the archive TIG stuff, she used to say, I was there to support my good friend Emma not Roberts, Emma, oh, the girl from the
Watson?
Harry Potter. Yes. And she didn't know her at all, but she would tag them. And even some of the people who have purchased stuff from As Ever are tagging Megan on Instagram now, going, thank you, Megan, for sending me this, like they were singled out. And it was an order. This is how people imply friendships and connections or try to get noticed. So to say I was there to support yeah, you look like you vacation in the Hamptons all the time. Y'all look like you were out there, drinking some of your rosé on a pizza floaty. Let me tell you. Um,
The funny thing is that, oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
well,
It
sorry,
was gonna
it's
be
her
a good one.
behavior, such as Megan. Like everything she does, you're like, so what is this?
It's so cringe. So I have another video that I haven't posted on X or anything yet, and
Ooh.
this one is when she is walking out of the restaurant with Marcus Anderson, and her face scares me. Like, yikes.
Yeah, I'm glad you got this. And wow, what a premiere, everybody. She held this for this live. Okay. That's a lot of restraint for you because normally you're like, oh, receipt, receipt, receipt. You've been audited. Um, this is to me cements what you and I were texting about last night, what I said I feel based off of what we've seen between her looking less than okay, like less than her quote unquote Markle Sparkle. Megan is very much the queen of smile for the camera and then she drops her face. You've caught so many mask slips. But between the Jamie Kern Lima one, where as much as she's saying, I have nothing to prove, I'm worthy, blah, blah, blah. She looked distressed there, like she wasn't believing it herself. And then you posted the face she made in Godmothers and Talking One on One to what was it,
Mhm.
Emily Chang from Bloomberg. And she does this face where she raises her eyebrows up and she does this awkward smile. She did it in the Oprah, clip in front of Archie's chicken coop. And to me, it looked like, yeah, she's performing, but she's not believing home performance anymore. So between that and these clips that you were putting up, bam, 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 personally, I feel, yeah, I think the reality of just how much she's blown it, just how, much the show got backlash because it's basically her going, look, I cut a celery stick. Aren't I fabulous? Nobody else does that. Did you know that a royal could do that? And the less than stellar response to her jams and the wine. This looks like somebody who's so good at going through the motions, but there's like a malfunction going on, if that makes sense.
Yeah, there's a malfunction. I'm gonna pull up the video that you were just talking about, the Emily, I mean, not
Yes.
the Bloomberg one.
Mhm.
It has audio, so I don't know how loud it's gonna sound.
Anything since 2016.
Hold on, let me
That
let's go. Here we go.
I haven't said anything since 2016. That was well before I met my husband, too. I haven't said anything since 2016.
Oh, this isn't the one. Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh, that's a third one. I forgot about the beer one, but she did it in Godmother's, and then she does it while they're sitting, I think, too. Or maybe I'm mixing it up, but you had them, and you had it, like, where it's the Oprah at the bottom and then
Mhm.
the other Bloomberg part at the top, and I'm like, "This isn't the typical Meghan," and I've said it for a long time. There was a reason I was like, "Why aren't they showing video of her?" We had seen video of the royals for the longest time, but whenever it came to her in this huge PR onslaught of her as a royal, it was pictures, pictures, pictures. And then the video started coming out, and you found so many of it where it's mask slip, her tapping on Harry, like, hey, we have to go, or, oh, I'm not impressed by this. This is straight up a performance, but it's like she doesn't believe it anymore.
I have to tell you, we're going to get into conspiracy land.
Ooh.
I when she says the British press weren't helping her or whatever, I don't buy it for a minute, because I've recently started mentioning this, that a lot of times when I make these clips, oh my gosh, we're just looking at her shark teeth. Let's change it.
Oh my God. Yes, this is the designer look. And then what she wore last night was the look for less, far less.
So what I've noticed is that the videos cut off.
Yeah.
Like the moment that you really want to see, or right when the mask slip is about to happen, the video's caught off. Like, I cannot find for the life of me a clip of Meghan being told in Morocco, don't walk on the red carpet. And I have looked and looked. The video, it's like it's cropped out. That part is cropped out.
I'm glad you brought that up, because as much as she's like, oh, the British press this, the British press that, no, the British press did a lot and the palace too, I'm sure, by making those calls, or at least the respect of the British monarchy, because they had that footage and they didn't air it. If they wanted to take Meghan out, like, of the public domain or her popularity, they could have just let that stuff run, and they didn't. Okay. They cut off all that stuff to make sure Meghan was looking good. So they up and leave. I think that was her, get out escape clause, was, I'll just blame it on this. I'll blame it on racism, right? Because there's so many people. Her former manager, Tom Bauer, said the plan was always to leave and go to America to come back as a big star and be an A-lister. She never planned to stay. Even Gina said, I expected her to stay in the British monarchy more like 4 or 5 years. And instead she left after 18 months. I am shocked. That was not what we discussed. So,
I think sorry to cut you off. I think the biggest example of the video moving
mhm.
is during Harry and Meghan's wedding, during the curtsy. I'm going to pull up the video, and it's going to be loud for a second, but I'll mute it really quick. Okay. So, sorry. So the reason I say
Oh
this,
my
they
gosh.
purposely cut this moment. They had it looking at her straight, and then she does a lot of people say she didn't do a curtsy. She did do a curtsy, but it was incredibly tiny. So they showed that footage from above rather than straight on. Every other royal bride, when I was trying to pull footage, that curtsy part takes place with the head on the notice how it cuts?
Mhm.
Because I think they didn't wanna show, like, over the top. I think it probably looks a lot more of a bigger curtsy than it is, but it was probably so minimal, they didn't wanna show it from the front.
Yeah, you bring up a good point there, because there are very interesting shots around her, and that one alone, like, you think maybe there was a delay in
Of
case
course,
there
I
was
think
an
so.
issue?
I think so. I don't think it was there had to have been a delay, and I think that's why they did that. Otherwise, why would it cut right at that moment?
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good wow, I don't think I've seen anybody else really cover that. I mean, we've heard that she curtsied, she didn't, she did, she didn't. And now it's making that whole thing about, the ridiculous medieval times curtsy seem more like a clapback, huh?
That makes sense. That makes sense. And I mean, we've seen all the other royal curtsies. They go almost down to the floor.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Diana's looks like, in her big old hoop skirt. Yeah, I've seen it was so elegant and so majestic. This was kind of like let's face it, this looks like her little curtsy from Suits, right?
It doesn't even look like a squat.
Yeah. And we know homegirl likes to get down on her haunches no matter what's in the way.
This was like just a knee bend, it looks like. Thank you, Diz fan. It's funny that you say that. So her outfit looked like bed sheets and toilet paper. The Royal Rogue posted a really funny meme about that. It was so funny.
I love his stuff.
Yeah, he's so great. Let's see. Is there anything in the comments to catch up on? I'm sorry I fall behind. And all right, so let's see. Yeah, what do you want to talk about next? Should I pull up another video?
Yes, please. Oh, do you have the one, I think it was yours, where it was her, there was one photographer that just so happened to be allowed to be in Megan's face as she's walking up to Anna Wintour. And it was so funny because not only did he tag Megan in it on Instagram, but her friends shared it.
Yep, here we go. So
go for it.
I have that clip. I haven't analyzed it yet. I just put the raw footage out. And the reason that I put it out, I'm going to preface it by saying that this clip shows how inauthentic she is, in my opinion. That's why I saw it and I immediately posted it. Because first of all, the camera's in her face. This was recorded to capture her saying hi to Anna Wintour. And actually, okay, I'll share my opinions about that again. But then also, all of a sudden she's in France and she does the kiss to each side, like, and I understand that that's a cultural thing. In my culture, we do that too. We kiss on each side. My point is that she distorts herself to fit the room.
Yeah.
Always. So it just bothers me. Okay, here is that clip, and it's going to have audio because you're going to hear a little bit of the conversation. So here we go.
Oh, how are you? Nice to see you. Everything's great. Bass, puppy. Beautiful Sherry, looks amazing.
Did you see that? Okay, so first thing that I saw was I'm going, you're going to tell me with all this security, right? Oh, she's, so everybody's trying to hurt her, blah, 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 that her security was going to allow somebody to get in her face to capture that moment of her looking down and then, throwing on the old razzle dazzle last minute without her approval. Really? Because she's walking up with like it's like she's behind the scenes and then it's just showtime. She, the masks, comes on for just a second and she's all like handsy and, oh, so good to see you again. See that?
Yeah.
And guys, I'm going to say this because I did share this with you. This is the part that I'm talking about. Like you see her before it was mask slips and everything else, watching her TV show or Netflix show, whatever that was, to see so many mask slips, and that was the best takes that they had to work with. I was like, something's off here. And to see her looking down, not even putting on the smile to make the walk like she did in Colombia.
Yeah. Look at Marcus in the back.
Oh, Marcus is there. Yeah. Who was it? It was the Sidley twins yesterday on their live. Nancy said it. Like I was like, Megan doesn't know these people. She's friends with the people who have the networks and the connections and the people who work for other people. And she's like really best friends. A lot of those people at Soho House were like the makeup artists, the hair people for the big A-list celebs. And Nancy said it yesterday. She mentioned, Steph, if you're watching, hit the bell. She mentioned her boyfriend was like, yeah, because her boyfriend, Nancy's boyfriend had had been to Soho House before back in the heyday or something, or had a business meeting there. And he was like, she's not friends with anybody. She's friends with the help. That's weird.
Yeah. So I wanted to point out this shot. Look at her cheek. Like that's fillers. And do you think, what is it called that a lot of those celebrities do I can't pronounce it, where they remove the fat in the cheeks?
That one, that hollowed out look that they were all doing.
Yeah. Does it look at that?
I honestly, I'm going to say this, as much as Megan says, nobody's asked me if I'm okay. Megan, whatever you are striving for, take a break. Okay. Because this looks more like she does have some, buccal fat removal. bugle, whatever. I can't say it either. To me, this looks like, desperation to make something happen, new intro without Harry to make it about her. Like, she's legit in the fashion world. She's legit with these people. It's not just about her relationship with Harry. And it's also like a clapback to all those articles that we just saw where it was, oh, Edward NFL Vogue and Anna Wintour refused to have her on the cover. She is, in my opinion, is so desperate to make it and everything else and to just get these shots. It looks like it's taken a toll on her. She looks like she's 15, 20 pounds thinner than she was on that Bloomberg interview.
Wow. And there wasn't even much to lose then.
No, she was, in my opinion, skin and bones when she had her pictures for the Archetypes Spotify deal, all that came out. And then when she did the Variety thing, she was super, super thin. And then anybody,
ESPN one.
then when
The ESPY Awards last year,
yes,
it was so thin.
and you saw her like when, Miss O, I haven't seen stockings since the 80s. When she went to that Katy Perry concert, how thin her legs were and those black stockings. I know there's pressure to be thin. All these things she quote unquote cooks, raw vegetables, right?
Did you say she cooks raw vegetables?
She was just a crudité a day basically on with Love Megan. It was like, it reminded me of that scene of Alicia Silverstone in The Crush where she's like, violently chopping lemons. She's like, let me show you how much of a cook I am. I could be a sous chef. Look, crudité, crudité, crudité. And you just have to show up making crudités for everybody you love. And I was just like, girl, calm down. Maybe go meditate like you should in the morning. But it was just raw veggie this, raw veggie that, slather it with a whole bunch of olive oil. She looks like she doesn't eat anything. And then when she does her song sticks out, it's weird. But if you watch that show, I have never seen a filter on somebody's face so much for, like live action. It was whatever is going on with her face, whether it was too much weight loss or something, they had a filter like from like 2018 Facebook. All right. There's a glow about her. So you don't see like you see here, how much it's sunken in the cheeks and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the other thing I noticed too was one of her Instagram stories was something I used to do 5 years ago, like taping my feet walking on something.
Mm-hmm. She's very, very stuck in certain ways. It's like, hey, I learned it this way. I know it worked before. Now that I'm finally able to do it, but it's not what sells now.
Regarding this Anna Wintour thing,
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people are like, how could she do this, right? Well, the camera's in her face. She probably was like, okay, I can't be hostile on camera.
Well,
so I think that's why we're getting this like push-pull, like, oh, she's hugging her, but the words she's using, she's rushing her along. She really doesn't want to spend time with her.
Yeah, like don't hug me. You see the way she's like, what's her name? Megan tries to put her arm, and Anna's like, nope, let's go this way. She's a seasoned, wonderful, talented person of that group, right? Of the elite echelon. She knows how to be social and everything. Keep in mind, this is the woman who The Devil Wears Prada is based on. So like you said, the camera's in her face. She's out in public. This isn't how she runs business. Everything is kiss, kiss, hug, hug. Polite.
Here's another thing. So this is directly related to my channel. I was thinking about this yesterday, that, a lot of times we say, focus on people's actions and not people's words. Here is an exact moment. This is a learning experience for all of us. Here is someone who is speaking the words, meaning Anna Wintour. She's looking like she's there, but I'm sure she's not returning the phone calls. She's not putting her on the cover. So this is what's meant. Look at the actions. If really there was a close relationship here, or there was more, more to it than that, then we would see it in Anna Wintour's actions. We saw how she was at Wimbledon. Wouldn't even talk to her, right? So I think this is something. She was backed into a corner. The camera was all up in her face. someone was there purposely to record this interaction.
Exactly. Thank you for covering that. This one photographer, because there's different views, different angles of this, and you only see the light coming from one area. This is approved. In my opinion, Megan's team. Megan wanted to get, oh no, see, Anna Wintour and I are great. Look, we're doing a hugs and kiss. Oh, we talk. Then it looks like she's and with introducing her to her husband and daughter for the first time. I don't want to, you don't sit around playing mahjong together. Okay. And no, at the end of the day, let's just say that they are friendly, right? There's business and there's personal relationships. So
I
just
want
because, go ahead.
I want to say a high five to Anna Wintour for wearing sunglasses so that we don't see the number of eye rolls she's doing here.
This isn't her first rodeo.
Yeah.
Anna Wintour is Anna Wintour for a reason, and I love it. Okay. And I do. I honestly think, maybe society needs to get back to doing, as much as people like you fake, you phony, blah, blah, blah. Get back to doing this instead of like misbehaving in front of everybody, and then learn how to take a clue or a hint, right? When your phone calls aren't returned or we're not putting you on the cover.
Yeah. Lizzie B, thank you so much for gifting 2 memberships. I appreciate you so much, and welcome new members. Thank you. Yeah, so I feel like this is just look at people's actions. I feel they get backed into a corner. She pushes them into a corner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wonder with the Gwyneth Paltrow thing, did she just show up at her house and is like, look, we got to film this? And then you look at the actions. Have they been seen together after that? No.
No, and Gwyneth, look, again, there's a classy way to handle everything, and you don't have to be rude. You don't have to get in people's faces. And look, the hallmarks of a good hostess are the ones that don't make you feel ill at ease, right? It's not the one who sits there and says, "Oh God, why are you wearing that dress?" Blah 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 blah. Shame on you. It's the ones who make the guests feel comfortable. Though that's the epitome of class in being a hostess. Okay.
Mhm.
Something that Megan keeps claiming as she's violating chicken on camera. This is how you be a good hostess.
This is how you pack your bag.
Yeah. This is how you act like a nurse with the chicken on the wrong cavity. That was, man, that almost made me a vegetarian seeing that. I felt bad for the dead chicken. But yeah, like, this is grace. This is how you're supposed to, right? This is of a bygone era that a lot of people still conduct themselves this way. They don't sit there and get on a podcast going, did you see my baby mama dance? That's my authentic self. And then show up in $5,000-$10,000 garb, right? Authentic carries through in every area. Anna Wintour, I don't care if she's like a bulldog in the business world. It's 2 different things. I love it though. It makes me want to go watch Devil Wears Prada even more. But like you said, backed into a corner, put on camera in the face. This isn't her first rodeo. She's done this before. You think people haven't tried to be buddy with her, and Megan's throwing it all out there, right? Oh, these aren't just, business deals. These are relationships. She's trying to pull on the heartstrings. Okay.
How about this one?
Shoulder pout, over the shoulder pout. Get it? Okay, got the shot. I'm done.
I actually have 2 angles of this one. I think this angle shows a little bit better. Oh my gosh, she is too much. Did you get the shot? Did you get the shot? With the little shoulder lift? Oh my god.
She's got her same 5 poses. Yeah, same. Oh wait, you got the shot? You noticed me this time? Good. One take, Sinatra. Let's go.
Why do you think the person is walking on one side? Like, if she really needs protection, shouldn't there be one person on the other side too?
Yeah, like the Kardashians typically do. Absolutely. But she's there to get the shot. She wants this. She's enjoying this, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Get that angle. I mean, we all heard about Mariah Carey only being allowed to be filmed from the right. But the way Megan stage manages or tries to stage manage everybody is over the top.
I also saw this clip of her walking out. Look how she doesn't even look at the woman that's standing there. That I believe in the rules of the road, even when you're walking. Okay. That woman, the other lady in the gold dress, she had the right of way.
I agree. And you know what's so funny is you see this, and obviously Megan's on a mission here to get that photo, and it's about her, whatever, right? Like everybody part the Red Sea. And it contradicts what we just saw at Kevin Costner's thing, where she missed her cue to get on stage and is too busy talking to somebody behind the scenes. Harry starts the speech without her, and then she walks off. This isn't a pro. This is somebody who is desperate for attention and status, who is malfunctioning and missing her cues. She doesn't know how to improv. She doesn't know how to be a person. She doesn't know how to interact. Like you said, look, she's ignoring the woman in gold. This isn't somebody
the person doesn't even exist to her. She just walks.
Yeah.
She just puts her head down and walks. It doesn't matter who she bumps into, who gets in front of her. She's going first.
Service, universal service. It's not about my title. I'm a mom. Service, move. You're my shot.
Yeah. It's just so rude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it actually shows her grandiosity. Like, you need to wait. I'm walking first.
Mm-hmm. This is my moment. This is my call song, my call shot,
Mhm.
move. It's just, there is no, again, so why do we see that whole talking to people behind the scenes and and then you don't see it everywhere else?
Because this one is authentic Megan.
Yes, this
Cutting
is.
people off. Nobody else exists except her. The universe is hers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This reminds me of what she wrote in the TIG that time after she gave the UN Women's speech. And she said, and so led the standing ovation. And I thought, this is what it's all about. It wasn't about being a humanitarian or being of service. It was about getting the standing ovation and the notice, even though that didn't happen. You can watch all the footage all day long. There was no standing ovation about her plagiarized speech. The attention, the pap walks, the, flashing cameras, that's what it's all about for Megan.
There's a part in Tom Bower's book, I was going through it recently in Revenge, where it's the early days that she's with Harry, and she's taking a flight to Heathrow. And while in the lounge where she was sitting, someone came up and asked her if she could move to sit somewhere else, because there was a group of dignitaries that there weren't enough seats for them to sit somewhere else. And she was like in the middle. And she did. And she vowed to herself, according to Tom Bower in that book, that she would never move for someone again.
Yeah. Status is very important to this one's wife.
Mm-hmm. Like, tell me where the kindness is in that.
Right? The warmth. How are you showing up for that woman in gold there, Megan? Like,
I mean, award.
That show with Love Megan. It's so and so's coming over, and then it's like the first time she's ever met them, and she's like, I know they like this, I know they like that. That show was basically her showing, in my opinion, how she targets people, how she love bombs people, how she caters to their specific personalities, and she's after people for connections, for what they can do for her, or who they can introduce her to. That's what that show showed me. Did anybody else, in the chat, did anybody else watch it and get that from With Love Megan?
I think you're absolutely right.
Like, that was scary.
I was joking with my mom, and I'm like, okay, well, if Megan's going to get the Humanitarian of the Year award, can I get the Astronaut of the Year award?
Were you a space cadet for 2 minutes? Then you should get it. Yeah.
The thing is, I have done nothing, but I have done as much in the field of space science or whatever, or than Megan has done for humanitarian. Her whole year this year has been business.
Oh my God. It has been a PR blitz is what this whole year has been. You know what it reminds me of? There's this SNL clip. It was of Amy Poehler playing Barbie and Britney Spears plays Skipper. And I swear, the way Amy Poehler rattles off everything Barbie has ever been, where she's like, remember, I was a businesswoman, I was a flight attendant, I was an airline pilot, I was a doctor, I raised those lost ops at that time, it was a bus. That's what Megan is. Every 2 seconds, she's changing who she is so she can list all those things on her CV versus being those people
Mhm.
who have actually accomplished and built something. Okay, like look at Lauren Sanchez. Love her or hate her, she is somebody who is a helicopter pilot. You can't just get an award for that. You have to go through the training and do this, and this. Even you get these honorary titles and these honorary awards that nobody's ever heard of. I'm sure I could go volunteer at some park and just get best 200-meter referee. It's not real. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
just I'm not an expert. I didn't, dedicate myself to a practice or a discipline.
And doesn't humanitarian of the year imply that it's one person?
Yeah, so how come they're splitting it?
Like, can either of them have the grace to be like, you take it this time?
Right, but Tom Bauer said it best. He was just on Kinsey Schofield, love her, love him. And he said, Megan, Harry's always going to have the attention. He's born a prince. He's got the title. Really doesn't matter what he looks like or his problems. People are going to flock to him and his attention because he's the prince. His father's the king. He's the son of Diana. Megan has to fight for attention in everything that she is. She isn't the main character in her own life, no matter
Mhm.
what you believe, how many schemes she's done. Like, I'm of that opinion. She still has to fight to get attention. And it's through things like this to imply, to get a fake label on her.
I absolutely agree. So I'm going to start winding down our live because in 8 minutes, Royal Daily Tea is going to have her live stream. Everyone, today I was honored with Resting Dollface as my guest. She's so great. You can find her. Oh my gosh. I have a hard time navigating through this thing. Here we go.
I do
There it
too.
is.
Like I get so caught up in like the chat and just talking with everybody that I'm like, oops, gotta hit a button.
Yep, but I got it up there. So here is Resting Dollface's YouTube channel. Go subscribe to her there, and you can also find her on X and Instagram. And everybody else, I'm heading over to Royal Daily Tea's live stream now. I hope you'll all join me there. Thank you again so much, Resting Dollface. I appreciate you. It's always so great to chat with you.
Oh, thanks for having me on. Yeah, and guys, can I give a shout out real quick? Lizzie, thank you so much. Yes, I'd love to get to 10,000 guys. And let's see what we could do to help reveal and grow her channel too, because my God, seriously, the way that you just find these clips faster than the mainstream media, I don't know how you do it.
I'm less than 500 away from 50,000.
Are you serious? Guys, we got to make this happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an adventure and it's wonderful and I'm loving every minute of it.
And it's so well deserved. Well, I'm going to hop on over to Royal Daily Tea and Sue too, and then I'm going to be in the chat for that and our other friends' lives, the Sidley twins, later. So I hope to see everybody there.
Yeah, hope to see you there. Thank you everyone for being here and have a good rest of your Sunday. Bye everybody.
Bye.